Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of White Album 2. Let's continue the story and yeah, let's just see how this will progress. Also, you've mentioned that when I will be going into Kazusa Road later on, I should not do what I did with Setsuna Road, so I should not, at least like for the first time apparently, you would like me to not like check my answer for the option that I pick with the guide. I'm very curious why, but yeah, noted. So yeah, I'm very curious like what changes in Kazusa Road then, so you don't want me to check it right after I, you know, decide what I pick. Very curious. Anyway, let's continue. Another day at the work. It's almost been a week since the concert. Even since the day I've been able to find anyone who can tell me where Youko is. Oh! She's like actually gone. No matter how dependable the source is, not even her own company. Huh.
私もこうして何度もお話しさせていただいているので、あなたが信頼のおける方だというのは分かっています。ありがとうございます。ですが現在、弊社としてもトーマと連絡が取れない状態でして。
Interesting. Where did she go?
そうなんですか。
Judging from this what this employee is saying, something like this would concern the survival of the very company. But I can sense any nervousness from her tone. That's why I'm not sure if her answer is true or it's some organized play they're all in on. Ah, maybe both. Seriously, where is Yoko-san? Is she aware of the state her precious daughter is in or how much she needs her mother right now? Well, that's what you think. Okay, sorry. I was lost in thoughts. I slept very little today, and some things may slip my mind, by the way. Sorry. I'm trying to wake up, basically. Or perhaps she thinks that everything will be fine, as long as she leaves everything to me. Does she still have that kind of careless attitude? Even when the situation has changed so drastically?
残念です。お力になれず。いえ、仕方ないです。カズサさんからぜひ会いたいとことづかってたんですが、やっぱり無理ですか。
Wow, what an obvious lie. That's really shame, really. I hope to get through this without resorting to dirty tactics.
ちょっと待ってください。それでは失礼します。もしも社長さんに連絡取れましたら、北原の方に。だからちょっと、切っちゃダメ。ではね。ですが、これ以上お手数を。
Okay. Wow.
今度はこちらから質問の。アンサンブルの記事チェックの件でしょうか。それでしたら週明けには。弊社の東間和沙と連絡を取ったんですか。いつ？
Oh, they don't know. Oh, they can contact Kazusa.
直接コンタクトを取るのは問題ありましたでしょうか。
Okay.
ですが、最初の顔合わせの時。いえ、そういう話じゃなくて、彼女の居場所。あれ？おかしいな。つい先ほど滞在先に伺ってきたばかりなんですが。どこです？滞在先って。彼女は無事なんでしょうか。
Okay, so they really don't know.
どうしてそちらで把握してないんです？連絡言ってる。それは
While they're perfectly willing to acknowledge Toma Yoko is missing, they're reacting differently to more significant disappearance of Toma Kazusa. Okay.
私も困ってます。
In other words, their lackluster reaction towards the other missing person, Toma Yoko suggests.
こちらに社長からの連絡が行けば、こちらに東間和沙から連絡が入るということでよろしいでしょうか。起点の効いた対応、感謝いたします。
Okay. I feel like a kidnapper.
君聞いたよ。アンサンブルの増刊作ることになったんだって。
Sometimes I don't understand what Yoko is doing. Sometimes I just don't understand. Maybe I'm just tired today, but I don't know. I mean, she's aware of like Kazusa like feelings towards Haruki and stuff. Like we know this, and she knows that Kazusa have to resolve this by herself. So maybe that's why she left. And like is unable to contact with anyone. She doesn't want to give an advice or anything. I don't know. Anyway, after finishing a task that may or may not be related to my actual work, I'm greeted by the onlooker by the name of Suzuki-san, who waiting for me to finish the call.
作るのはヘンプロですよ。俺はお手伝いみたいなもので。
私の聞いた話じゃほとんど一人で作ってるってことだったけど。
どこの同人誌ですか。
However, I can say that I don't feel somewhat unsettled by the fact that I'm in charge of over half of this project. This certainly is outside the normal process of the major publisher, more like the idea of minor publisher would come up with.
単に作業量が多いだけですよ。基本的にはヘンプロの人たちにフォローしてもらうし、編集長も全面監修してくれるって。
それでもあれだよそれ。
どれですか。
入社1年目にして編集後期の一番最初に名前が出るんだよ。
Okay.
誰もそんなところ注目しませんって。
何言ってるの。まっちゃん大ショックだよ。彼も3年目なのに3番手から上に上がったことないんだよ。
鈴木さんも2番手から上がったことありませんよね。
Wow.
というか、本人の目の前で煽らないでください。
だって本人の目の前でないと陰口になっちゃうじゃん。私そういう演出なの嫌だな。
面と向かっていじめられてもちっとも嬉しくないんですけど。
Yeah. Poor Matsuoka. You never get rest. The Tamakausa special issue that was originally supposed to be an ensemble main article, but at some point it turned into a special issue, boosting over 100 pages. What the fuck? It's a book at this point about Kazusa. Even though I'm receiving help from professionals, this is pretty much a magazine of its own. It's a book! 100 pages, come on! Though it's worth celebrating because this is the first big project I've taken part in. The deadline is the end of February. The release will be in the beginning of March. A rather tight deadline established in order to not miss out on the Toma Kazusa's craze.
まあ、
Okay.
それは否定しない。
And right now, the woman on the cover is making fun of me right in my face. She made me wash her face and body just earlier, then she described the curry I made again for her as terrible after all. She knows what she's saying, she's a curry princess, okay? So right now, she's making me change her bandages.
お前が初めて作る本がよりにもよって私の特集号なんてな。
Yeah, like I said, it's a book, it's not a magazine at this point.
トーマカズサと同級生だからって以外に、俺が任される理由がないからな。
The swelling of her on her left hand is mostly gone, so I just left her wrist support on. Now I'm disinfecting the wound on her right hand.
バイトから正社員になれたのだって、お前が国際コンクールで準優勝した時の記事が認められたから。
I have problems reading today. Oh my god. I don't think I will record today any more than this episode.
こら、動くな。
そっちこそもっと優しくしろ。
我慢しろ。自業自得だろ。
She relies on me for everything, yet her attitude goes beyond just complaining. The spoiled Kazusa is back, the selfish Kazusa is back, her vigor has come back to life.
ひどい言い草だな、大恩人に対して。
そこまで言うか。
さっきまでの話を聞いてたら、編集者としてのお前はどう考えても私に育てられたみたいな。
違うね。そんなのはきっかけだ。
じゃあお前は自分が出版社に就職できたのも一発の編集者気取りができるのも全部自分の実力だっていうつもりか。
I mean, yeah?
それも違うな。俺を引っ張り上げてくれたある人の。
Okay, sure. Like, you can give credits, like, that someone helped you, yeah, sure. But yeah, like, Haruki was pretty much okay, alright on his own.
ある人？
Feeling happy that Kazusa is starting to go back to normal. I counter her complaints like usual.
バイトの頃、俺の面倒を見てくれた先輩がいてさ、その人がお前の記事を任せてくれて、俺を編集部に推薦までしてくれた。
Yeah, Marty. And as I do that, I'm beginning to talk about myself.
まだ若いのにものすごく有能で、しかも厳しくて。
Come to think of it, in the past, didn't Kazusa call me annoying because of this habit?
ついでにかっこよくて颯爽としてて、しかも
女なのか？
今はアメリカの子会社に赴任してるけどさ、いずれは編集長になって戻ってくるってもっぱらの噂で。
If I remember correctly, the thing that annoyed her the most
好きだ
was...
ったのか？
お前な。
Wow.
見境
Yeah, instantly go to conclusions.
悪いかよ。
冗談
Yeah.
だったの。
冗談で済むか？
Kazusa's not giving up. How we are going to... How we're going to resolve this thing? Thinking back, maybe that really was the reason. When I was talking about myself, there was a moment where Kazusa looked particularly annoyed.
お前の口から私の知らない女の話聞かされて冷静でいられるわけなんかないだろ。
とにかく一度でいいから彼女が歌ってるところを見てほしいんだ。
Oh,
絶対認識が変わる。
thanks for reminder for the IC. Okay, I forgot. So it's like before. She haven't heard about like Cessna singing before too. Huh. And that was when I talked about Setsuna. I guess she didn't know back then.
そういえば喋り方とか身のこなしとかちょっとお前に似てたかな。
私の面影を重ねたりしたか？
Wait, does that mean
私に似てたから憧れたのか？
also felt conscious about me pretty early on, huh?
確かに憧れてたけど、別にお前に似てたからってわけじゃなかったよ。
ふざけるな。
力入れるな。
うるさい。
Yeah. And then with her hand free from bandages for the first time in a while, she comes at my hand with her nails.
話せよ。包帯負けないだろ。
知るか。
It's not just her nails, even her fingertips feel hard as rock. This part of her body is completely lack of immunity. But that's precisely why they're so precious. I have no choice but to watch those fingertips dig into the back of my
可
hand.
能するぞ。腐り切って手首からポトッと落ちるぞ。
別にそうなったらなった時だ。
Wow. No matter how much I joke around, Kazusa will only respond in dead seriousness right now. Yeah. You do not mess up with Kazusa. The situation is almost identical to the time of our reunion, but Kazusa is almost like a completely different person from back then. Perhaps, in a sense, she transformed into the real Toma Kazusa.
商売道具失ってどうやって生きていくつもりだ。
お前には関係ないだろ。
本当にこんなバカとは思いもしなかった。
That's why I have no choice but to respond to her in a tasteless and ugly manner.
バカだと思うか。
当たり前だろ。お前のこの両手はもうお前だけのものじゃ。
私にとっては両手よりも大事なものがある。
Yeah. Because her attitude is so half-assed, I have no choice but to accept any fastballs she throws at me. My only response for that, my heart skipped a beat, and it was difficult for me to breathe.
本当に気づいてくれてなかったのか？私全然
We know, Kazusa, we know. And we're not trying to... I mean, we're trying to, I guess. Are we trying to hide the fact that we try to get rid of you? Kinda. I mean, not get rid of you, but like move on. I don't think we hide that, yeah. Like Haruki been like pushing her away like pretty consistently recently.
思い込みだよ。記憶を美化しすぎてんだよ。5年ぶりに会ったせいで勘違いで盛り上がってるだけだ。
お前も盛り上がってるのか？
That's the only thing she heard. Pulling all her power into her pitch, not worrying about appearances, she managed to catch me off guard using my own words against me.
すぐ忘れるって。少し時間が経って落ち着いたら、俺程度の男のことなんか。
5年忘れられなかったやつのことを数日間でどうやって忘れるって言うんだ？
Yeah.
カズさ。
何度も言ってるだろ。そんなに忘れてほしいのなら、お前から行動すればいいんだ。
There's no room for doubt anymore. Right now, Koza is unquestionably a woman in my eyes.
お前が私に大嫌いだって言ってくれたら。
やめろ。
Yeah, he can't say that.
ケラケラ笑いながら見下してくれたら。
やめろ。
そしたらさ。
いい加減にしてくれ。
Yeah. This is so hard. No matter how much I try to escape with my words, I can't let go of the hand I'm holding.
ハルキ、お前はひどい男だ。
He is!
私にもひどい男だ。
At some point, Kosa's fingers entwined around mine, but I can do nothing but pretend not to notice.
そういうの、優しいなんて言わないんだぞ。ただの男のわがままでしかないんだぞ。
わかってる。
I can't even grasp back at the fingers entwining around mine. Even if she puts her other hand over them, even if she then rests her forehead on our hands.
かっこしいで、何もかも手に入れたがって、自分をいい人間だと思わせたいだけの、上辺だけの、最低の人間だぞ。
俺が最低なのは最初から分かってる。
そうやって相手の心変わりに期待するところが最低だって言ってるんだ。
Do you expect other people's feelings to change? Yeah. It's not so easy to the things change if like the person that they think about is not changing, basically. Yeah. That's if you know what I mean. Like if Haruki doesn't change, then yeah, Kazusa have like basically no. It's like going to be like a very hard time for her to like actually like try to like move on and forget about Haruki because he's still going to be the Haruki that she loves.
お前は最低だ、ハルキ。だから。
Yeah. The thing is, like. The difference like between like Kazusa and Haruki have the same problem basically. Like they can't forget about each other and can't move on. The difference is that Haruki wants to move on and he's like, I will be able to forget basically if you forget about me. Actually no, it's the same what Kazusa is saying. But Kazusa is like, I'll be able to forget about you if you hate me. Yeah, they're pretty much the same. Yeah, this is the same situation from both sides. Even if I feel the warmth of the soft sensation of her lips on the back of my hands. Okay. And sending message to Setsuna. Good evening. Daily report. Kazuha has calmed down a bit. She has started eating again. She's also started to let me treat her hands. Although as expected, she still won't talk to me properly. That will probably take a bit more time to solve. Kazuha is a bit weak-hearted right now. Due to what happened with the concert, her homesickness, and, well, a lot of other things, she became unable to restrain her feelings. That's why I can't tell her directly yet. I'm sorry for not being resolved. I'm sorry for making you suffer countless times over countless days. Well then, I'll talk to you tomorrow. P.S. My new project has been decided on. They're going to let me write an entire issue. Though I think you can imagine about what it's about. You might even have a bad feeling about this. It's a bi-monthly assembled special issue. That is to say, a special number on Toma Kazusa. I do think that is beyond my means. Most likely, I didn't get this job because of my hard work and sheer ability. But even then, this is my chance. I still want to give it my all. I like these little messages that he's sending, like these like reports to Setsuna. I like that he like keep her in touch, basically, of what's happening.
はい、北原です。はい。はい。
Oh, is that like Youko office calling? Did they found her? Yeah. Okay. So where was she? Are you evading us actually or something?
Miyoko-san, 怒ってるだろうな。
Yeah, 100%. Is this the same CG or different? As before. It looks similar. I think it's the same. Maybe the outfit is different. Not sure. Anyway, might be just a reuse.
当たり前だろ。
The next morning, once I told Kazusa that I had gone out of my way to contact her office, she started complaining a lot as expected. Once I finally told her that it's about time she dropped by the office, she started grumbling, which made me an hour late for work.
なあ、なんて言い訳すればいいと思う？
まあ、正直に話すしかないだろうな。誠意を見せれば向こうだって。
Haruki talking about sincerity is something new.
男に捨てられたショッ
He learned hard
ク
way.
手につかなかったって？
He learned the hard way. So I should tell okay.
おい。
Though I'm actually still in the middle of being late for work right
お
now.
前が正直に話せって言うからだ。それが私の真実なんだから。
Yeah. I think like if you say that, that would cause other problems.
そこまでぶっちゃける必要ないだろう。だいたいお前、最初は熱出してたんだから、素直に病気で寝込んでたって言えば。
熱出したのも怪我したのも寝込んだのも全部お前がコンサートに来なかったから。
Yeah.
ああ、わかったわかった。俺が全部悪うございました。
Yep. The Curry Princess.
いた。こら、ちゃんとまっすぐ通せよ。
スタイリストと比べられても困る。
Okay. Kasa's beautiful long hair slips from my brush. Just by lifting a single strand of her hair, I can see the sunlight reflected in it, like the water that flows smoothly down my palm. A work of art, whose peculiarity is that it has no peculiarity. Okay. If someone asks me what the greatest accomplishment of the genius pianist Toma Youko is, I don't pick this hair and the woman is attached to.
だいたい顔出したって何も話すことなんかない。
追加公演。
どうしようかな。何しろ今は弾けるイメージが全く浮かばないからな。
プロの自覚あるのかよ、お前。
I wonder what her fans would think if they heard her say that. Yeah, imagine just like suddenly Kazusa announced that she's retiring. The fickle genius whose ability and determination are completely disappropriate. I can't feel anything but deepest sympathy towards the people who found themselves charmed by this irresponsible pianist. That includes me.
去年のクリスマスまではあったよ。私にはもうピアノしかないって。だからこうしてピアノで金取れるようになったんだ。毎日10時間。全然サボってなかった。
ごめん。
そこじゃない。お前が謝るのはこの次のセリフの後だ。春樹のせいで。 全部吹き飛んだ。
Pretty much. In other words, this person isn't the young, energetic pianist Toma Kazusa. She's the delinquent girl in the class 3A of Hojo High, to whom being late and sleeping in class is something natural. A girl 5 years behind the times, still struggling against society. Struggling, yep. I couldn't see through her exterior, I simply saw her as my crush. I never knew the girl back then was so fixated on me, yep.
今の私にはもう日本で弾く理由がない。
It's baiting you now.
今さら追加公演なんて言われてもピンとこないよ。
Okay.
なんでそんなこと言うんだよ。本心じゃないくせに無理に投げやりになるなよ。
春樹には関係ないだろ。
何度言わせるんだ。ピアノと俺を天秤にかけるな。
お前こそ何度言わせるんだ。それを判断するのは私だ。
カズさ。
お前の価値を
Kazusa's right on this.
が決めていいわけないだろ。私を受け入れられないんなら黙ってろ。
Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, because of like only I can value like what's important to me, but you can't value what is like important about you. Only I can do that. This is just marriage at this point.
視野狭すぎるだろ。世界小さすぎるだろ。
こんな何にも興味を持たない人間のピアノをさ、未だにありがたがっている人たちがいる。芸術、みんな目を覚ましてくれよ。私なんてこんなヘボなんだぞ。
Seriously, what the immature person. 5 years have passed, and she has entered adulthood, yet for some reason she has only become more and more like an unmanageable child. How did this immature person ever manage to express herself so well? It really is a mockery of art. Okay.
あとは一人で行けるな。
Tomayoko Office PLC is around a 10-minute walk from the Nishiyonjuku station. It's located on the 3rd floor of a rather small building. The office is a bit underwhelming, considering who it belongs to, but since their actual base of operations overseas, this shouldn't be much of a hindrance. Apparently, CODA-san is only employee working there on a regular basis. Routinely, what the fuck is this word? I know what that means by context and like she makes roads basically, right? But like, how do you even pronounce that? It should be easy, but managing Canada domestic affairs. In other words, her job left her with a lot of free time almost last year. However, those past few months, I'm sure she's been overwhelmingly busy. In fact, she even picked up the phone in seconds when I called her in the middle of the night. And the moment we reached the building, Kosa's feet became glued to the ground for a good 5 minutes. She was a bit more confident about this when she first called. First calls to the faculty room.
やっぱり中まで着きそうか。
行くよ。一人で叱られてくる。
そっか。
もしかしたらクビかもしれない。でもって損害賠償の裁判を起こされて。
そんなわけないから。とにかくドアを開けたらすぐに頭下げろ。
I mean, technically these are possibilities, right? Potentially. Like, that's not going to happen, but potentially that could happen, right? Like, in general. When Kosa turned on her phone for the first time in this morning, the amount of missing calls from her office exceeded 3 digits. Yeah. In the end, the bombardment of the missed calls was the decisive blow that made Kazusa come here. Even now, very bombardment of missed calls is what's making Chaos unable to move forward.
なあ、春樹。もし私がクビに。
今日さ、ちょっと遅くなる
あ。
夕方から人に会う約束してるんだ。帰り
Okay.
何時になるかわからない。
そうかよ。
A bit of reply is probably not because of me coming home late, but because I interrupted what she's about to say. Yeah. Haruki's trying to avoid and Kazu's trying to confront. Yeah, she's not giving up. She was able to grasp the fact that I didn't want to listen to the rest of what she had to say, and that I consequently ran away from those words.
それでさ、晩飯なんだけど。
刹那だろ。
それは
週末に恋人に会うのは当たり前だろ。何隠そうとしてんだよ、バカバカし。
Kazu's anger seems to run pretty deep. She's not only sulking, but is even firing back at me with good precision.
必ず日が変わる前には帰る。ちゃんと飯作るから。
いいよ、別に。泊まってきてもさ。なんなら私が部屋開けようか。
ちゃんと帰る。
たまには一人の夜があってもいいよ。お前がいなければ。
God damn it.
泣けるから。
God damn it, she's playing the crying card. God damn it.
だから。
It's super effective.
そういうこと言うなって言ってんだよ。
And like that, her attack against me ends up dealing twice the damage to herself. I bear witness to a spectacular self-destruction. Yeah, like all of you are self-destructing each other. Like there's like all three of you, all the time. This is precisely why I can't leave her by herself.
必ず今日中に帰る。何があろうと絶対に電話する。
春樹。
それじゃしっかり謝るんだぞ。
Okay, sorry, had to suddenly cut. So what was she doing? Oh, actually Haruki was talking about something. I had to get like in the middle. Let's just probably you can put the issue on the additional concert on hold for now. You can take your time to think about it tonight. Okay.
じゃあな。また夜に。
When she took a step back, and even when she turned around, Kao's uneasy gaze did not look away from me. In truth, I really do want to go with her. I'm so worried I can't bring myself to take my eyes off her. But even so, I have to do it today. It's for Kao's sake as well. Okay.
刹那だろ。どうせ。
I don't think we're going to finish like the road that quickly. I don't think like you can like reject her properly basically today. Or you mean something else? The reason I was at the loss for words wasn't because she was right on the mark, it was actually the opposite. I was feeling relieved because I hadn't realized that I was meeting up with her. Oh, you're meeting with
おはよ
Youko.
うございます。
Yeah. I mean, I knew that he's not meeting with Setsuna. That was obvious, but like for the reader, right? Because I didn't know. But I was not sure with who. But yeah, like makes sense. Like he managed to contact Youko. Yeah, my bad. Can't carry Kazu's burden alone anymore. The idea that I should carry it was mistaken in the first place. I can't carry Kazu's burden alone. Okay, the idea that I should carry it was mistaken in the first place. Wow! I did not expect Haruki to have actually this kind of thought. Okay, wow, this is new. Because I rejected Kazusa. I'm the one who hurt her more than anyone in the world. I'm the worst offender in the world.
はい。カズサなら今事務所に入っていきました。
That's why I need to rely on the person Kazusa needs more than anyone.
末継ぐ？なんだ、近所まで来てるんですか？
The person who has watched over her for the past 5 years, and by extension also the past 20 years. The person who understands her the most.
もう一度言ってください。
Unexpected development, I guess. What's happening? The only person in the world right now who can support her moving forward.
どこですって。
I guess at your house or something? Like, what else?
よ、
Okay. Interesting. Just skip that? Huh. Our first meeting after a dozen or so hours happened in front of the Minami Setsugu station, 5 minutes away from our apartments.
なんでお前が先にいるんだ？今日は何時になるかわからないって。
だってもう10時だ。
Most likely after seeing me wave to her with a tired expression on my face, I also accepted it with a bit of astonishment.
何時から？
さっき着いたばかりで。
本当に？
嘘つく理由も待ってる理由もないだろ。
What an outright lie. I'm sure Karusa would see through me straight away if she touched me ice cold hands. After all, I came to this place a mere 2 hours ago. I first returned to my apartment, and after asserting that Karusa wasn't home yet, I turned back and came straight here. So, was Youko at the apartment or not then? I guess she was at the apartment. They talked about Kazusa or something. We need context. When we are going to get the context of the dialogue? Come on,
じゃあ帰ろうか。
give me.
腹減っただろ。
まあな。お前に絶対外で食べるなって命令されたから。
Okay.
とものすご
We are going to say that it tastes terrible. I
簡
know.
単なものでいいよな。空腹が最高のスパイスだよな。
After that, so I could spend 5 minutes longer with Kazusa.
それじゃあ。
うん決めた。
Okay.
っていうか最初から決めてた。
About piano and the concert?
そっか。
Apparently Kazusa bowed her head and apologized the moment she opened the door, just like I told her to. After that, Kazusa's worry was proven wrong, and my prediction was proven right. Not only did she not get fired, but Koda-san was so worried that she cried, which made Kazusa feel more guilty about her than me. After that, they talked all sorts of things for hours. She made decisions about her future with her own will. She talked about how she will resume practice immediately after her injury heals, and that the additional concert will proceed as planned. Okay, good.
きっとひどいことになると思う。練習不足だし、モチベーション最悪だし。
それは。
From Kazusa's perspective and from the perspective of someone looking at this objectively, this is all my fault, as a matter of fact. Because a certain person said the exact same thing, setting aside whenever they were being objective or not.
それが今の私の本当の実力だ。ちゃんと受け止めるよ。
カズさ。
After yesterday, whenever we were alone, Kazusa kept pouring out every emotion in her heart. When she was thrown out of the narrow world where only she and I exist, she did her best and has splendidly managed to make herself appear as someone grand.
まだ気持ちは全然整理できてない。
Seeing Kazusa like that made a thought flash across my mind. Perhaps having me around isn't actually the best thing for
けど
Kazusa.
やっぱり今の私は周囲の人たちにあまりにも迷惑をかけすぎてる。
Perhaps all my actions are motivated by self-satisfaction. Perhaps Kazusa really is fine on her own now.
美代子さん、コンサート関係のスタッフ。私で稼ごうとする水狂なスポンサー。もっと水狂な私のピアノを聴きに来る人たち。
Perhaps the feeling of loneliness welling up in my heart is the primary and only reason I can't let go of Kazusa. Yeah, but at the same time, Like, this like pains me. Like, I don't like that. I mean, like, you know, if you, I know like he have feelings for Kazusa and like he actually loves her like truly and stuff, right? But like that's still like painful like towards like Setsuna if you think about this. Like, he just said basically like, if I let go of Kazusa, I will be lonely, even if I will be with Setsuna. Like, Setsuna is not the one that's going to fill up my life. That's basically what he's like giving a point to here. That's like... that's...
それから刹那
Yeah, about Setsuna I was just talking about. Perhaps I'm doing the wrong thing. Perhaps I'm only making Kazusa suffer for nothing in the mere pursuit of finding peace in my heart. However,
母さんと春樹には申し訳ないなんて思ってないぞ。だっておあいこだからな。
陽子さんは
今だってのんきに温泉行ってるんだぞ。相変わらず娘のこと
Okay.
ほったらかしてさ。
so she don't know that we spoke. Yeah, obviously. Most likely the reason Kazusa interrupted me is because she thought I was about to defend Yoko-san.
ま、いいけどさ。あの人には倍にして返してもらう。これからも散々迷惑かけて。
She's not wrong in a sense, but right now it's impossible for Kazusa to perceive my intention 100%.
カズさ、
なんだよ。
お前が母親を愛してるのは分かってるけどさ、それでも陽子さんだけに負担をかけるのは
仕方ないだろ。今までの私の世界半分滅んだんだから。
だからさ、いい加減もっと視野を広げてさ。
And right now it's impossible for me to convey my intention to Kazusa 100%.
陽子さんだけじゃなく、スタッフや友達やそれにファンだって、お前のこと好きな人たち。
That's why right now I can't utter anything but laughable truisms.
向こうが私に期待するのは勝手だけどさ、別に私が期待することは何もないよ。
そんな寂しいこと言わないでさ。工藤さんなんかいい人じゃん。それに柴田さん
美代子さんも柴田さんも好きだけど、コンサートが終わったらもう二度と会うことはないから。
I mean, you know, you could always decide to visit them from time to time. Like, come back for concerts and stuff, you know?
ならさ。
私に指図するな。私を日本にいられなくしたやつが。
Well, if you move on, then you will be able to come back, I guess, but yeah. Like, this trauma is just like almost ridiculous. Like, leaving the country because of one person and like don't want to come back to the like country itself, not saying the same city, the country. She's meaning the country. like the level of trauma is like almost ridiculous here. Like, no, it is kind of ridiculous. I can't imagine like living out like the whole country. Like, yeah, like I can see like if she would be like traumatized to not come back to the city where Haruki is in, basically. Like, and like people just moving out of the city because of their broken like relationship and stuff. I can see them moving from the city to city, like change addresses and stuff. But like they just like leave country and like don't want to come back to country. Like this is kind of ridiculous. Not only is my truism laughable, but it also only manages to hurt Kazusa.
お前なんかに何がわかる？私と東間陽子は私がこの世に生まれる前からつながってるんだ。
Despite that, Kazusa persists.
私の進むべき道は東間陽子が示してくれる。子供の頃からずっとそうやってきた。
But in a situation where she would have broken down crying normally, she glares at me intentionally from the side and rejects my reasoning with the harsh tone.
確かに一時期お互いがお互いを見失ったこともあったけど、 それだって相手を思った末のすれ違い。そう教えてくれたのはお前だったよな。
Even when she rejects my words, she also affirms them. Even when she acts strong, she also relies on me. Even though I can be allowed to feel happy about the tendency of Kazusa, I can't stop those feelings from welling up in my chest.
だから私はこれからもあの人と歩いてく。そしていつか超えてやる。だって私にとって當真陽子は目標で先生でライバルで全てなんだから。
She's everything, huh? I can still remember the day I first heard her say that, right before the school festival in the Tom residence basement studio. Kosa became delirious with fever, and I seem to remember her telling me things she would never have said normally.
昔に戻っただけだよ。
And it's been 5 years since then.
だからさ
And as expected, the only person Kosa can open her heart to right now is me.
今度こそ今度こそ今度こそさ絶対お前の前から。
カズサ
Kosa did her best, she endured as much as she could. And now that she has done her utmost effort,
もうここにいたって仕方ないんだ。
what am I supposed to
お前
do?
につけられた傷をお前に治療してもらったって治るわけないんだ。
Even if she manages to hide it until the concert, what about after the concert?
それどころか次から次へと新しい傷ができるだけだ。
She's not wrong.
お前に優しくされるたびに
Like, this is actually pretty painful, yep. Can I really set this one aside?
だからもうさっさと日本公演を終わらせてウィーンに帰るんだ。
The problem is, like 5 years ago, like, she didn't forget about for the whole 5 years. So, this wound that she have right now will not heal even if she just leave like that, without, like, resolving anything. Like, yeah, that's not gonna help her anyway. Like, you have to, like, actually close the chapter between between the two of you. Like, you actually have to just, like, close the chapter. Somehow. I don't know how are you going to do this, because, like, everyone in this game is basically failure at communication, but... But yeah. Like, this is, like... Their emotions just, like, going, like, as like, wildfire, like, everywhere. And they just, like, burning themselves and, like, everyone else around. Can I let her go? Can I leave her
か
alone?
ら病院から退院するんだ。自宅療養で
Get her
ゆっ
hospital.
くり時間をかけて治すんだ。
If you can. I don't know if you can.
お前みたいな悪い男に惑わされることのないいつも通りの平和な生活に
Would be nice if you could actually return to normal peaceful life. I don't think you will be able to though. At least not yet.
カズサ
What are you doing? Can I abandon this woman?
頑張れ
Okay, cheering her up.
カズサ
やめてくれよ。
今度こそリベンジだお前の凄さを
きついよこんなの。生殺しだよ。
God damn it.
友達を励まして何が悪い
My friend. Oh, friend zoned.
悪いって言うんだよ
だって私
Yep. She's not giving up easy.
慣れてないんだぞ。
Yep, we know. I put my arm around Kosa's shoulders.
今は普段通りに振る舞えてるけど一人になると泣けてくる。
Having her body forcefully pulled onto my chest, Kosa twists around in resistance. But the force she put into that resistance isn't her whole strength. Kosa's indecision and her slight happiness is conveyed to me. That's why I don't falter at the sound of Kosa's crying and gradually put more strength into my arm.
それに 誰かに見られ、
別に
刹那に。
どうもしないって言ってるだろ。こんなの隠す気もない。
Wow. I mean, Setsuna already knows. The thing Kosa is worried about is completely irrelevant to me right now. Because we are outside, it's precisely because there's a chance that someone might see us that I can touch Kosa like this. Yeah. If I return to my apartment with just the two of us, if I knew that no one could question my actions, I wouldn't have been able to stop myself.
お前は本当にひどいやつだ。
かもな。
やっぱダメだ。
Kosa's resistance melts away.
触られたのに脈はないって思い知らされたのに。
Yeah. Yeah, like Kosa's like unable to move on, basically. Like we're like in a short span of like days that like Kosa is in Japan, we're trying to do what Haruki was trying to do for 3 years. While in university, he tried to move on, and now we're trying to fix Kazusa and letting her move on. Oh, that's a really short time that we have to deal with. The force within her that tries to get away from me flips around, and is instead used to press her body against my chest.
なのにこうしてお前に抱きしめられると嬉しい。
The happiness she concealed inside bursts open.
お前に甘えて強がって舞い上がってこんなにも痛い女になってしまう。
いいよ。今だけは。
ああ、もうくそなんでだよ。
The moment she gets my permission, both her happiness and sadness get out all at once.
私はこんなにもお前のことが好きなのにどうしてうまくいかないんだよ。
You will have to wait until you're road. God damn it, I really want Kazusa road. God damn it. I wanted Setsuna road because like it was painful like for me to like paint Setsuna anymore. But god damn it, Kazusa. You are not making this easy for me. I'm sure the people living in the neighborhood can hear that. Despite the fact that Kazusa was afraid of being seen by someone earlier, she's completely open about having her feelings hurt by anyone right now.
そんなに私のことが嫌いか。
That's the thing, he doesn't hate you. That's the thing. That's the thing, he doesn't hate you and he still wants you to forget about him. God damn it.
そんなこと。
だよな。だってお前待ってただろ。
待ってないよ。
嘘つくな。だって春樹の手こんなにも冷たいじゃん。
待ってないって。
With my hand still around her shoulders, I can feel Gausa's hand on top of mine. Gausa rests her cheeks upon the space between our touching hands. Gausa's palm is warm, but her cheek is as cold as my hand. That's why I desperately hold down my other arm and avoid embracing Kazusa with both arms. I can't say anything yet. I can't allow her to realize it. My true feelings and Yoko-san's true feelings. So they did talk, actually. Okay. Okay. At least I can't until the concert is over. That's what I promised her. Okay, interesting. So he made a deal that we have to wait until the end of the concert. Oh, wait, she's ill? Wait, is this a cancer or something? Oh my fucking god. Okay, I'm just going to Google this. Wait, holy Jesus, this is, oh my god, this is the blood and bone marrow cancer. Holy Jesus, Yoko. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh. Yeah, great. Great. Also, there's another series on my channel if you like haven't like seen and want to get emotional about hospitals and cancer and stuff. There's Narciso on my channel, if you don't know. Both games, so go and check them out. Yeah, that was painful, I cried quite a lot. Anyway, that's the reveal. Holy Jesus. Now it makes sense why Youko wants to like Kazusa to be more independent and she's not involving herself as much. She doesn't want Kazusa to realize that something is wrong. And at the same time, she wants to be sure that Kazusa can manage by her own after she's gone. Oh my god, this suddenly went so... Oh wow. Holy crap. I can't sleep. That's the reveal. The second hand on the clock has spun around countless times as I've been staring at it. Like, the cancer is the last thing I expected from White Album 2. Like, what the fuck? I did not expect this plot twist. Like, this is the last thing I would have expected. Actually, I've been watching the minute hand spin around a few times too, but I still can't fall asleep. Cause I had already fallen asleep long ago. She was still rather tense, but today she chased me out of the bathroom and ate her food with her own hands. Even after she slipped into the bed, she glared at me for a while and spoke to me at length about her additional concert and her plans for when she leaves Japan. Tired from both speaking and her time outside, she defenselessly fell asleep right in front of me with soft breaths. That's why I was finally able to relax today and thought to myself that I'd be able to fall asleep easy. But my memories are getting in the way. Memories of the bombshell dropped on me late in the game. The words of Yoga-san spoke. Yeah. Like, what the hell? How much time do you have? That's my... Oh, you were at the hospital! Oh, you were at the... Oh! I mean, it's not probably hospital, it's like personal hospital thing. It's way too fancy for being just a hospital. Anyway, so no, she was not at the apartment. So she was at the hospital at the time. Oh my god, that's why she's disappearing from time to time. Oh my god. When did that start? Like, when did she get the news?
だから白血病普通は発酵のヒロインがかかる病気なんだけど神様も何を勘違いしたのかしらね
After forcefully tracking down Yoko-san, who had cancelled her own whereabouts, I came here to meet her in person to of course talk about Kazusa. I wanted to tell her in earnest that I can no longer support Kazusa and ask for her help. Yeah, and when you said you can't like support Kazusa, you wanted her to support her, seems like her mom is not going to be around for I don't know how long, and she cannot support her really too. Oh my god. And if Kazusa knows about this, Youko is going to become basically yet another burden for Kazusa. Like, on her, like, emotional state, you know? Not, like, burden in life in general. Like, it's not the case. But, like, you know, like, emotional burden. Basically, like, she will not know what to do. Like, Haruki left me. My mom is leaving me. Like, what I'm going to do, you know? That's why Haruki's like bored in your perspective. Like, you have people around you that can like help you out. Now, like, everything is like now like have like it had sense before, but now, holy shit. And I wanted her to take the responsibility she had forced upon us as up until now.
半年前クラ
Half year ago.
たった2時間のコンサートで
Okay.
体がふらつくようになってきたのよ
I wanted her to take responsibility. That way Kosa would have been saved, yet
3、4曲目あたりで動悸や息切れが激しくなってきて、
Ooh.
終わった後も1時間くらい収まってくれなくてね。
So is this also abnormal blood cells? So it's like a type of blood cancers, group of blood cancers, but it's like symptoms: bleeding, bruising, bone pain, fatigue, fever. Blood cells are not developed. The bone marrow produces high number of abnormal blood cells. Sorry, well, you have to like read like more about what is happening. So the concert continued for about an hour. Okay. Yuka-san called me to the location I could never have imagined. Hojo University Hospital. So this is actually the hospital. Okay. But Hojo University Hospital. Like, this school have everything. So like she's at the university now? She's hiding in the university? I guess like that's the last place you would look for her.
ああ、とうとう来たか、糖尿病って思ってたんだけど。
Yeah.
普通は誰でもそう思います。
Wait, is leukemia genetic?
節制すべきです。
Wait. Can Kazusa have it too? Potentially? Is leukemia genetic or not? Oh, it's not inherited. Okay. I meant if this is the inherited thing. Okay. Those mutations are typically acquired during the person's life rather than inherited. While some genetic symptoms can increase the risk of developing leukemia. Okay. That this is not hereditary. I guess like yeah, because it's basically cancer. Like you can like get cancer from the just like genetics, but yeah, like you can have like be more prone to this. Aha. Ha. I'm suddenly feeling way more worried about Kazusa's future now. Actually. We mentioned diabetes, and we make jokes about Kazusa's diabetes. They're not foreshadowing me that like they're going to kill Kazusa at the end too, right? Like we're going to have like some kind of like time skip at the end, and like Kazusa's going to be like on deathbed, just like Youko. They're not going to do this, right? I don't have thought that. You two should have more self-restraint. Okay.
ギター君は相変わらずだ。私に対してもいっつも偉そう。
すいません。まだ状況を飲み込めてなくて。
I'm surprised that you look as you look, but if like you learned about this half a year ago, are you not like taking chemo or anything? I don't know like what's like theoretical treatment for like the blood cancer? Is this like with every other cancer? Like, can you like chemo this potentially or not? I don't know really. Like every cancer is different, so I don't know. Maybe you can't chemo this, or maybe you should just refuse to take, or it's just like visual novel characters being forever beautiful. Anyway. Need to take the situation, okay.
そうよね。当の本人でさえ受け入れるのに結構時間かかったし。
After a 15-minute walk from where I live, Went to Hojo campus, which I commentated to and from for around 7 years. There is a hospital. In the private room of the hospital is where she
向
lies.
こうの病院で軽く見てもらった時には貧血だって言われたから、それから必死で食べて、
Okay.
ワインも白をやめて赤に変えたしね。
それ色だけじゃ
それでもやっぱり症状が改善しなくて、
Great.
1年前ならオールナイトで弾いても平気だったのに。
Okay. Thinking able to do that in the first place is what is strange, enough for Kazusa to view her as a hard wall to climb.
それでこれはやばいんじゃないのってことになって、こっちで信用のおける高柳先生に見てもらうことにした。
I know Takanagi Norimasa. Muramasa? He was the chief on the medical faculty in my university.
その手の病気に関しては世界的権威って言われてるし、何よりまあ昔からいろいろとあった間柄だし。
Wait. I just realized. Well, eventful relation. Whoa. Now it's in the strangest way possible. He's yet another candidate for being Kazu's father. Yeah. I just thought the same.
来日してから何度か検査入院して、だいたい病気の正体もつかめてきて。
Oh my god, I just had the cursed fury. Oh my god, I have cursed fury as fuck. Oh my god, I have cursed fury about Kazusa's father. Oh my god, this is cursed. I don't know if I thought about this before. I probably did, but like I forgot. I made cursed fury. No, wait, I made cursed furies about something else. I don't think I. What if, like, if you think about this, Kazusa. I mean, Youko have the same hair color as Kazusa, but Haruki also have the same hair color. Huh. Nah, it makes no sense from the genetic standpoint. But what if one of her affairs from the past is Haruki's father? What if Kazusa is Haruki's sister? From Yoko's side. And Haruki's father married another woman later, and they had Haruki. So she's a half-sister. Anyway, cursed as fuck. Not possible, basically, I think, but cursed as fuck. Enjoy. What a random place to say that. They had to mention the affair of... Goddammit, they had to mention this. In other words, the reason she disappeared without a trace so many times wasn't so she could catch up with the old friends or spend the whole night drinking. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why she was like disappearing from that time. So that's because she was here.
さてどうしようかって時に結構やばい症状が来ちゃってね。それがカズさん。
Oh! Now that explains why she wanted a taxi for herself. In the previous road. Now it makes sense.
2日ほど記憶がないんだけどね。
Oh shit, wow. When Kazusa was overcome with sorrow because she had no support, no one to support her, there was a person who was in even greater need of her daughter's support.
今は大丈夫。週明けには退院できるから。
Okay.
そのこと
言えると思う？今のあの子に。
Yeah. I was planning on blaming this person. I was ready to look down on her and give her a lecture or two. Despite that, I figured out just how little I knew.
もしかしてカズさんの来日公演も
いつかは連れてくるつもりだったけど、急いだのはこのためね。
Yeah. Also, that's why she was like mentioning things like I would like to die in the country I love, and like I don't want to die alone and stuff. Like God, like she's like preparing for like Kazusa and herself. Like, oh my God, like so many things starting to make sense now. Yo. The reason these concerts in Japan were organized wasn't simply to cash in on her popularity, it wasn't simply to do the judgment of the producer.
ローマカズサは日本で受け入れられるのか、うちのバカ娘はもう一度日本で暮らせるのか。
She doesn't know if she can be there to experience her daughter's future. Yeah. And so this was the shock therapy that the mother had devised after carefully thinking about how she would ever convey this news to her daughter.
私が生きてるうちにね。
Even though everything she's done up until now is that regard, now in that regard has failed horrifically. I can't bring myself to blame this doting parent after knowing about their circumstances.
言っておくけど、すぐ死ぬつもりなんか全然ないわよ。
はい。
最近はだいぶこの病気の致死率も下がってきてるし。
They did now.
打ちまくって金使いまくって、少なくとも100までは生き延びるわよ。
Plenty of medication money. Yeah, I'm sure that you're like shit tons of money. Okay, let's see. Leukemia. Fatality rate. What's the fatality rate? Oh, this is actually pretty... Oh, wow. She actually might have like a pretty good chance. Holy shit. I thought it's worse. Holy crap. Okay. Wait. I mean, this is horrible, but this is not as bad as I thought. So... oh, wait. By age, maybe. Survival by age. And stuff. Let's see. Oh, goddammit. Accept. So... Survival. Rage. There's currently no cure for leukemia, yeah. It can be managed, yeah, exactly, okay. So, what's the survival rate exactly? Survival rate? Have lower 5-year survival rate in older adults. Leukemia. Of all ages, 5 years after diagnosis? Oh wait, no. It depends. It depends. Yeah, okay, never mind. And it depends of the type of the leukemia, because there's like multiple. Why I'm reading like medical stuff while I'm reading like visual novel? What the fuck? So the more common in the older adults. Do we consider her as the older adult or not? I know. But like most deaths occur in people ages 65 to 84. She's not that old, but that's like the most. This is the most common. Relative survival rate for all ages 5 years after diagnosis is like 32%. So this is pretty bad survival rate. Other one is diagnosed in younger people under age of 20, so I don't think that helps, but these people die around... Okay, survival for this is like 72%. This form of leukemia mostly adults over age of 55. Okay, I think like Youko is in one of the 55 range, or 40. So, under one is 5-year survival rate for after diagnosis is 88%, and Other one 70%. Most cases occur in people 60 years and over. Yeah, and there's like chronic leukemia and stuff, and this is like mostly in people of 60 or more. It's rare to be diagnosed under 40, so she may be diagnosed with this, but I don't know. But this is the worst one, and it have like survival of like 10 to 20%. But mostly, like most things that applies to her, I think, is the thing are the types that have like 70 to 80% of survival rate. So hey, we have actually a lot of hope here. That's actually not bad. I mean, it is bad, but you know, like, you know, it could be worse. I'll make it to 100 at the very least. Okay.
します。
With her words, I managed to perceive her strength, a strength that makes me think, since it's Toma Youko we're talking about, everything will be fine. Yeah, like, also, you know, like, surviving doesn't mean, like, being, like, well in health, right? Like, she may not, like, she's probably not never going to play piano, like, whole night, and, like, hours and hours again. Like, she's going to be considerably weaker, but she might actually, like, have pretty long life still ahead of her. We don't know that, but chances are actually pretty high.
には戻らない。私はもう日本を離れるつもりはないの。
Oh. Okay. That also makes sense now, why she was talking about, like, she doesn't want to die outside of Japan. But despite that, I can no longer see the once triumphant and carefree pioneer who was once abandoned Japan anymore.
生まれた国ですもの。なんだかんだ言って世界で一番愛してる国ですもの。
I can't blame her judgment. As the compatriot, I can sympathize with her, and the more I find about her circumstances, the less I can bring myself to opposite her. But even then... Yeah, we will tell her after the concert. That's going to be crushing. Holy shit.
リーダー君。
そんな。
She spoke with a hint of humor, but I'm sure there wasn't any falsehood in her lamentable words.
今のカズサは陽子さんを超えることだけが人生の目標で、なのに陽子さんしか頼れる人。
Because I will probably be able to detach herself from any lingering regrets in Japan.
カズサのこと拒絶したのね。ねえ、あの子のどこがダメだったの？そりゃピアノ以外に取り柄ないし、暗いし、わがままだし、意地っ張りで諦めの悪さはちょっと低レベルだけど。
そういう問題じゃないです。
Yeah,
あいつ
it's more complicated. God damn it. I hate it so much.
そんなこと変
Ah,
世界であなたしかいないから期待してたんだけどな。
this is crazy. Like, you reject the person that you like. You love someone and like you have like no issues with like the like behavior and like how they are and stuff, and you still reject them. Like, this is just insane. Holy shit. But yeah, like, god damn it. We both relied on each other too much.
また負けたか、我が娘は。しかも5年前と。
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Though we're still not, like, able to make her move on. And Cessna's not talking to us until we do.
やめてください。
I thought that this person alone could. I thought she alone could do something about that moody genius inability to become a part of society, never once considering that.
こっちとしても賭けだったのよね。私だって一応親なんだし、カズさんが独り立ちできるまで一緒にいてやりたいって思ってる。
Like, so much makes sense now with Youko. So much more. But I can't blame her for that at all.
でもそれをウィーンで実現させることはできない。わがままではあるけれど、自分の一生のことだから。
Because we are both relying on each other for the sake of our own lives.
カズサを無理やり日本に連れてきた。永住する。
Wow. Yeah. If I could accept those words in full earnestly, I would find them joyous from the bottom of my heart.
ピアノの方に限って言えば、今の日本なら、今のカズサなら、もうヨーロッパじゃなくてもやっていける。
Kazusa, who separated me in such a sorrowful way. Who separated me in such a sorrowful way 5 years ago. Kazusa, who I thought I'd never see again, will be within a reachable distance every day from now
も
on.
とフリューゲルのじいさんは今年で引退だし、次の師匠も日本で見つけてある。
Okay.
橋本健二っていう若手ナンバーワンピアニストを育てたフランス人のおばちゃんでね。まあ昔は男取り合ってよく
Sure.
喧嘩したけど。
Don't think I recall more simulations. But even whenever I feel like it, I can call Kazusa to join our gatherings.
だからあとはカズサが再びここで暮らせるか、それだけが一番の。
I can restore the three, consisting of Kazusa, me, and Setsuna.
でも結局ダメだったみたいね。カズサを
We
復
can,
活させることも
not I can.
カズサの思いを遂げさせることも。
Okay. We can go back to being free again, but that won't be the same free who swore eternal friendship 5 years ago in a hot springs inn. It will be a free where no one can consider the others as
あ
friends.
なたこそがカズサを日本に戻すための最後の希望で、そして最大のネックだった。
Yeah.
俺にそんなこと言われてもいきなりそんな
あの子の気持ち聞いたんでしょ。それで受け入れなかったのよね。
受け入れられると思いますか。5年間音信不通だったんですよ。どうやって
Good points. I mean, Haruki have a good point, okay? Like, I can't deny that. I can't deny that. Like I said, like, Kazusa, like, he... see, that's the point I had, like, when I was, like, playing, like, first road. And I failed miserably, basically. Like, we spend a lot of time with Setsuna. We know Setsuna. We, like, you know... We just built the relationship with Setsuna for the 5 years. And Kazusa was just like out there somewhere doing whatever she wants and like not even contact us once. Like we know nothing about Kazusa. Basically.
ずっと一緒にいた私が保証しましょうか。あの子が5年間どれだけ色ぼけてた
I
か。
mean, we know, but
たった一人の男相手に。
we know she's obsessed, yes. But you know, like, how do you have a point, right?
別に
あの子は毎日10時間あなたと会話してたのよ。だから思いが色あせることなんか
Yeah.
まずなかった。
Yeah, she never forgot.
10時
We know. That's the time was spent with her piano. Aw. The time when she wasn't rebelling against her mother, and the time when she wasn't hurling abuse at
そう
me.
やってずっと冷めない恋をしてたから、あの子のピアノはどんどん色っぽくなってって、いつの間にか世界に認められるようになっちゃって。
そんな
カズサの告白聞いたんでしょ。なら今さら信じられないなんていうのはなしよ。
It's because her sensibilities are so infantile. It's because her outlook is so narrow. It's because she had no interest in anything else. Because pianos outshone others so much. It really is mockery of art.
相手が悪かった。カズサにとってあまりに高嶺の花だった。
俺が高嶺の花。
だってギター君普通の人だもの。そんなハードルの高い相手、やっぱりあの子には無理だったのよ。
意味がわかりません。
だって私たちは普通の人の人生を壊す力を持ってしまっている。しかもそれを抑えることができないの。だからもしもあの子が あなたを手に入れようとしたらあなたの周囲の世界ごとぶち壊すことになる。
Yeah, pretty much. A lifestyle of playing concerts that makes it impossible to remain in just Japan. The enormous cost of maintaining her ability and lifestyle. Media commotion these past few days that not even she herself desires. Her lifestyle, her life goals, and even her standards for happiness are completely different from me. She lives in the world I will never be a part of and never be accustomed to.
別がある人にとってはとても残酷で無情で本当にひどいこと。
Even if I jumped into it with full awareness of the risks, what about the people who were around me when I lived an ordinary life? What about Sesna's happiness? There's no point thinking about it after all. Kosa didn't fall in love with the true me. It's not more than an idealized image of me that Kosa invented. After all, Cessna was made to walk around in circles because of the real me these past few years. These 5 years. She suffered due to the difference in ideal and reality. And only through repeated dialogue did we manage to get to this point. Okay. That's why Cessna's feelings and our relationship established through long talks is the actual truth.
陽子さん、俺
My point, yep. No matter how much Youko-san tries to defend Kosa, and no matter how pure and genuine Kosa's feelings are, no, that's precisely why the answer is clear before my eyes. Choosing Cessna is the correct answer, one that is totally free from mistakes. I really hope so. Like, see, like, Haruki is basically saying exactly what I was like saying like this whole time up until now. Like, I really think like we should like cherish that with what we developed with Cessna over 5 years, and that was crazy. Like for me, in the previous roads that we like cheated on Cessna and went to Kazusa, like that's fucking insane to me. Like, I guess like if we go to Kazusa roads, that will not feel as bad because we probably will just like fully accept Kazusa and reject openly Cessna, and not just like, you know, keep hiding everything or something. I don't know, but I guess that will be the case, so I will not feel as bad. Because like, you know, like I don't know, like, because like Kazusa's like the first like lava, like the pure one that like we talked about this anyway. Enough love talk. I was also reading. You get my points. Like I talked about this like multiple times already. Anyway. That's why I have to tell her. I must tell her that Cessna is the only one I have. I must tell her without muddling my words that I must say farewell to Kazusa.
だからね、ギター君。こうなってしまった以上、あなたはあの子を思いっきり振ってあげて。
Yeah, even Youko is like that, yeah.
せめて少しでも傷の治りが早くなるようにスパッと切り捨ててあげて。
Yeah. Yeah. I knew that much, but even so I failed again.
絶対に自分で傷を癒そうなんて考えないこと。
Yeah.
あなたが少しでも隙を見せたら、あの子は絶対に諦めないわよ。
Exactly. In the end, I could never say out loud what I had determined in my heart.
そんなことあるわけないって思う？それこそ普通の人の感覚ね。
Because of that, my position returned to its original state, and I find myself once again defending Kazusa.
カズさんはね、本質的には私と同じ式状況なの。一般人並みの理性なんて持ち合わせてないの。
Okay.
陽子さん
I found myself put in a difficult situation yet again by Youko-san.
なければ 5年も会わずにいた男をひたすら思い続けるわけがない。あなたの常識にそういう女はいるかしら。だからこれからも忘れない。下手をしたら、いえ、今のままじゃ確実に一生新しい恋なんてできるわけがない。
そんな俺なんてほんの1年間クラスメートだっただけであいつにそんな思われることしたわけじゃ。
You bought her a book in the digital novel.
それを決めるのはあなたじゃなくてカズさよね。
It's Kazusa who decides that. Yep, exactly. Why do mother and daughter always have the same, have to say the same things? It makes it sound like what Yuka-san is telling me is all what Kazusa truly feels.
もう一度言うわよ。北原春樹くん。
Oh, with the full name. But Yuka-san...
あの子を受け入れられないのなら、今すぐあの子を捨てて。
Yeah.
それがあの子のた
If I do that, then what? What will happen to Kazusa? If she becomes unable to rely on not only me, but Yuka-san too? If her goal, her only guidepost disappears like a mirage? Yeah, that's a really shock therapy. Who will be able to protect her? Yeah, that's why he's like very consistent about saying that she should like broaden her horizons and stuff. Holy shit!
さてと、
Oh!
何だったわね、ナオリくん。
Oh! Potential papa. Okay, nice to meet you. So, he has Sprite, so he's important. So, we have officially found Kazusa's father. Probably not. But anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. We had some of the big reveals this episode. And yeah, that's the last thing I expected. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Click the like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord, and become a member if you would like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and for Pocket Watch, let's get out.